Welcome to the empire of the underdog, how Google turned your small change into a trillion-dollar fortress. The standard narrative is that big tech is a predator. We're told that for a giant like Google to win, the small business must lose. But that narrative has a massive trillion-dollar hole in it. Let's look at the world of the small business owner. In 2025, Alphabet achieved something historic. They crossed $400 billion in annual revenue. They got there by becoming the invisible infrastructure for the little guy. They didn't get there just by serving Fortune 500 companies. They got there by serving millions of small and medium businesses. The core of this strategy lies in an economic theory known as the long tail thesis. Today, we're going deep. We're looking at how Google proved a radical economic theory, that you can build the world's biggest empire not by chasing kings, but by empowering the peasants. Let's explore the fundamental economics of the long tail business model. This is the long tail. In traditional media like TV or print, you make money by selling a few hits to a lot of people. You chase 100 brands with $100 million budgets. But Google did the opposite. They built a self-service system for 10 million businesses with $1,000 budgets. While Google doesn't explicitly split their filings, 2026 industry data suggests that small shifters, local mechanics, niche creators, and startups now drive nearly 50% of Google's total ad traffic. This makes Google's revenue recession-proof. If a massive automotive brand cuts its budget by $50 million, it's a headline. But for Google, it's a rounding error, because they have 999,000 other small businesses still bidding on keywords to keep their own lights on. But how does a small shop actually win? Google didn't just give them a seat at the table, they gave them the same silverware as the billionaires. They did this through a technical mechanic called the quality score. Before Google, money was the only metric. But in the Google ad auction, the quality score changed the game. If a local Spanish artisan has a quality score of 10 out of 10, they can actually rank higher than a giant retailer bidding 5 times as much. Data from 2026 shows that a score of 8/10 can give a business a 37% discount on their cost per click. Conversely, a lazy big brand with a 1/10 score might pay a 400% penalty. This means a boutique shoemaker in Seville isn't fighting a giant retailer's bank account. They're fighting the retailer's relevance. Being good is more valuable than being rich. Beyond search, 2 other tools provided the digital soul for small businesses: Maps and AdSense. Google My Business is arguably the greatest gift to the little guy in history. In 2025, over 65% of all searches were zero-click, meaning people got the info they needed directly from the map. A street food vendor or a shopkeeper can appear on that map for free. They get the same local pack ranking signals as a 5-star hotel. They aren't buried in page 10 of a directory. They are the near-me result. And it's not just about selling products. AdSense turned the little guy on the content side into a business owner. By 2025, YouTube's annual revenue surpassed $60 billion. A significant portion of that goes back to individual creators, people in their bedrooms talking about Go programming or Spanish history, allowing them to build micro-monopolies. Let's look at the impact. In India, GPay and GMB transformed the digital kirana. Small merchants saw a direct sales lift because they finally had a digital storefront that travelers could trust. In Europe, local SEO allowed small towns in Spain and Italy to keep their unique artisanal boutiques alive in the face of Amazonification. In the USA or UK, the direct-to-consumer movement was born on Google. A person in a garage in Manchester making eco-friendly dog leashes can now target the exact 5,000 people globally searching for that niche. So, was this all a selfless act of charity by Google? Of course not. It was the most brilliant business move in history. The cycle is simple. The little guy succeeds, they pay a success tax through ads, Google uses that money to make its infrastructure free, and more users enter the ecosystem, and the cycle repeats. Google proved that you don't have to crush the little guy to be the biggest company on earth. You just have to make sure he can't win without you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.